Hello there everybody, welcome back to another episode. In this one we are looking at Apxt stock again. So yeah, this time we're doing a bit more of an in-depth analysis on the company because yes, normally we do have a look at the stock's value and whatnot, but in tonight's episode we're looking at what the company actually does, looking at how it stacks up to its competitors. So if that does sound like a good episode, please do leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 2,000 as soon as possible. You guys are helping us massively, so if you could just keep the growth up, it would be appreciated. On top of that, if you do want to come and join us on Discord, feel free to. Link is down in that description. We would love to see you over there. It's a great place to come and talk about stocks. So yeah, we're just going to start off, however, doing what we normally do, having a quick look at how the stock's value has been moving over the past, week or so. So obviously looking on the past one day, which was the previous Friday, we can see that the stock's value was unfortunately down. We went down from about 14.44 of the highs of the day all the way down to the lows of the day at about $14 almost exactly. So of course we did see quite a volatile day. However, when we look at how it ended up in the whole day, it was not too bad because it did pull back up to 14.27. Now yes, I still do believe that this is a strong stock for reasons which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, but I do personally see this as arguably a good opportunity to get in with the company. Of course, I am not a financial advisor, but that is my opinion. So yeah, moving out to the 5-day, we are down unfortunately on the 5-day chart, but it's not really by a lot. So if we do have a look, we saw basically the week start off on 14.42, end up on 14.33. So obviously that's only a minus 0.6% decrease. However, if we do have a look at how that moved, it was a very volatile week. So of course we saw a lot of highs and a lot of lows. So people in previous videos were telling me that it would not be possible to swing trade this stock. I do believe it would be possible to do it. I do believe we are definitely going to see a lot more hype come into this one as time goes on, but of course once again that's just my opinion. So yeah, looking at this on the 1 month then, we can see that we are not at new highs yet. However, we did come close earlier this week. So if we have a quick look, we were on the 8th of December when we saw potential break to a new high, but unfortunately we did go down from that point. So yeah, hopefully I would like to see us go back up in the next week, but I'll talk about that in tomorrow's episode, so please do like and subscribe to see that video. But yeah, so we're going to be having a quick look at what the company actually does next. So for that, we're just going to have a quick look on their website. So of course, Avepoint's website, because Avepoint is a company which is going to be merging with Apxt stock. What they are trying to do, or what they do, is they specialize in data management and whatnot and cloud storage for Microsoft Office 365 or Microsoft 365. Of course, a few of their services do involve migrating data, moving data, and obviously managing data and also protecting it. So yeah, if you did want to know what they do, basically it's mainly around Office 365 or 365, and of course this is a very well used service. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But what they do mainly is, they talk about migrating the data so they can help companies move the data to another source or to another computer or whatnot. They can manage your data, which is of course convenient for all types of companies because, saves them a job doing it themselves. And fundamentally, arguably one of the most important ones is it can protect your data. Now, we do know that data protection is a big industry. Data is a very valuable sector to be in, and I do think there is a lot of potential for this company. So I think one of the main reasons for it is the platform which they are operating on, which is Microsoft 365, and of course Microsoft 365 is an absolutely massive platform. If we do have a quick look on this next tab that I'm having a look at, we can see that the Q1 of 2020 results came out for Microsoft, and they had 200 million people that were using 365. That is absolutely amazing, and this is in a month, so please do take a minute to just consider that one. They have 200 million users in a month, per month. That's amazing numbers to have, and of course revenue is going to come from that. A lot of revenue can be made off that number. That's a huge number, and even if Avepoint can just take a small amount of the value of that market, they will have some great potential coming for their company, and that's the main reason, or at least one of the main reasons, why I do personally see potential in this company. I think what they're doing is a very lucrative industry, and I think what they're doing it on, as in the platform they're doing it on, i.e. Microsoft 365, is a very good platform to choose. So yeah, I think another thing which we could do to have a quick analysis of the company, have a quick understanding of what we, or at least what I expect for the company, let's have a look at some of its competitors, because of course we did this with Sundial stock, and of course if you do want to see that video, please do scroll down to it, and if you want to see ones like that in the future, please do subscribe. But yeah, what we did is we talked about how does this company stack up to the competitors. So obviously we've got to talk about this one in the long term, and going back to Avepoint stock mainly, I think it's important to say, yes, I do believe that we are going to see growth leading up to the merger. But even at that point, I think we are going to see a lot of growth after the merger. I mean, yes, I have said it before that we have seen SPAC patterns where, you know, the hype comes in, then it goes out after the merger. That is not always the case. And I think this could still be a benefit of Avepoint in the sense that people are seeing this as one of those stocks which is low valued. But if we have a quick look at some of the other stocks which we had a look at on the channel yesterday, one of those, I can't remember which one it is, but it shot up from like $50 to over $300 or something in a very short amount of time. I can't remember what the exact numbers were, but it was up 375%-ish, and that is a huge increase, and that was just after the merger. Literally 5 days after the merger took place, the stock price shot up. I can still see something like that happening with Avepoint because it's a case of, you know, a lot of the people that are getting in now, they are kind of speculative investors in the sense that they are investing in this stock knowing that it's going to merge with Avepoint and getting the profit off that. A lot of people aren't happy to do that. A lot of people will be going the alternative route, which is buying once the merger has completed so that they can see that they are actually buying Avepoint stock rather than Aptx Acquisitions Corp stock. I hope that makes sense, but for that reason, I still do believe that this does have potential to grow after the merger. Obviously, look at this for a short-term perspective. There could be some opportunity for a swing trade there. This could be a potential opportunity to buy in now and even sell out later with a nice profit depending on how things go. Obviously, that's looking at it from the short-term perspective because yes, you know, with a swing trade, it can be a nice time to get some profit, but ultimately, if you're on this channel, you're probably looking to invest in this one for the long term. So yeah, let's now move on to that perspective and my opinions. In my opinion, is this a bad time to buy the stock? Absolutely not. Potentially, we could be seeing this at a discounted price even more. You know, the price could go down further, in my opinion. It will be hard to say because on the same hand, it could, you know, bounce back up on Monday morning. I think it's one of those companies where the growth hasn't really taken off yet, and it's still hard to say whether that growth will happen before or after the merger. But right now, I would still not consider it a bad time to buy either way because whether it's going to grow before or after the merger, in my opinion, it's still very cheap now at only $14. Look at how we were back in, you know, the previous months. We're only at $10, so obviously $14 is not too big of an increase. So maybe if it goes down a little bit, that could be a great time to buy, in my opinion. But yeah, I would not worry about this one for the long term because I still think it's undervalued for what it is, and I would not worry about it for that reason. So yeah, still a buy in my opinion for the long term. And I think a great way to, you know, consider whether that will be true or consider whether this industry is potentially, you know, a great one to invest in is to look at some of the other competitors. Now, you guys loved it when we did that with Sundial, so we are doing it again with this one. So here we're going to have a quick look at the all-famous, you know, the well-anticipated Snowflake IPO. And of course, Snowflake's stock price has basically shot up massively recently. So if we look where we sat now, we're at about $350. Now, the stock price has been going down for a while, but if we do have a look at how that pattern went from that IPO, you know, the stock price went onto the market and it did absolutely shoot up. The value is absolutely insane now because a lot of people were waiting to get into that stock. Now, are a lot of people waiting to get into Avepoint stock? Is going to be a hard one to say because obviously the time that we'll find out if people are waiting to get into it, it will be too late because, you know, the merger will have gone through and they'll already be in it. But it could definitely have some potential like this one. It's in the same industry and there's no reason why this company would not have similar results. Obviously, leading up to the merger, I will keep you updated on everything that happens. So if that sounds like a good idea, please do leave a like and subscribe. So yeah, tonight we're going to have a quick look at some other stocks on the channel. So of course, if you can join us for them, it would be massively appreciated. But yeah, just to give you a quick you know, send off, what we are looking at tomorrow in the Avepoint video is we are giving my full predictions for next week and of course, you know, what I think is going to happen. So that is going to be in the next episode. If that sounds like a good plan for a video, of course, please do leave that like and subscribe, and I will see you over there in the next one. Thank you for all your time. See you in that video. Goodbye until then.